Hey you guys, this is Uncle P. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Happy Sunday to you guys. This video, I'm going to show you guys a time frame that has always been one of my favorite time frames to start with. Now, I'm going to show you several different variations of it, so pay attention because I'm going to try to cover a lot of good information in a short amount of time. Let me say this to you guys. One of the things that really helped me to really gain a better perspective is when I went to school in college, I went to news and broadcasting. I had aspired at one point to be a newscaster, and so I went to school for that. And one of the things they told us in class is that you never get on camera until you get the full perspective of the story, okay? Until you get the full perspective of the story. Then and only then, unless you're an event kind of sports or newscaster, such as, you know, you're covering hurricanes that can happen any moment, or you're covering sports that can go moment to moment. Other than that, if you're covering other types of stories, you're supposed to know the entire story, even though they're only going to film you for just a few minutes to talk about certain bullet points. But you, as the reporter, you're required to know the entire story, the bigger perspective. So when I learned, I never forgot that kind of concept. So when I go to the charts, and let's go to the charts so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. My favorite time frame of all time frames to check is going to be the 4-hour time frame. Now I'm going to show you these things. So let me watch this example. This is going to be the bomb deity. I promise you, you're going to love it. Okay. But the 4-hour time frame for me is my all-time favorite. Now you can have your own favorite. This is not to say this is the only time frame that'll fit you. You got to go with what you can see. Okay. Because when you're trading in the markets, are all based about what do you see on your charts. Okay. Your interpretation of the situation. All right. So let me give you this example right here. If I was to take a trade right here, I'm just going to mark up some things that I see. Right off the top, I'm seeing right here, I would have took a trade on this one here. I see for market makers method people, I can clearly see on the 4-hour time frame that this has created a double bottom, right? Just a glance. Okay, right here, I'm marking this up. And there's your double bottom. So when this candle right here reached, look at that takeoff. And let me remove this here. Just a glance. I'm going to move this over. When this candle touched and retested this area here, that was a sign for me. Look at all these candles that clustered on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, so I'm going to put this back. That was a sign for me to start paying attention. Now from here, what I can do is drop down to any lower time frame to do a more in-depth process to see whether this is going to work for me or not. Okay. Now the second one, and that's the first one. Okay. Now let's get down to this one, the more recent. Okay. Over here is where we're going to look at a more recent situation. Now watch this. You want to be very clear. Watch, watch, watch. And then I'm going to show you what it looks like on the simplicity system. I'm going to then show you what it looks like on my simplicity plus the sexy analyst. So I'm giving you different variations. Okay. Regardless of whether you're using our trading systems or others, I'm just showing you how I do assessments first to start with and then go from there. And sometimes I also use the 1-hour time frame if I choose to. Okay, with the sexy analyst or the simplicity. Okay, but for general purposes, I like the 4-hour time frame. Now, same exact situation that I explained over here, where it created that double bottom, where you can start to feel comfortable about what's going on, and you start looking for a setup right here. Remember that? Okay, look at what happened here. It's pretty much the same exact thing. It rinsed and repeated itself. Right here. Right here. See? Look. Right there. Same exact thing. It did a rinse and repeat. Okay. Sometimes these double bottoms, double tops, W patterns, M's and W's for market maker method people, they may not be the exact same shape, but pretty much it's going to mimic it. So when it came down here and created this bottom, bounced out of it and came back to this area. See, one trend line. All I did was draw one trend line from the 4-hour time frame. And I could see the difference. Now, if you were on the lower time frame, it would have been hard for you to see it. See how all these lines, they don't make sense here. But the moment I stretch out to the 4-hour time frame, it's right there, just blatantly staring you in your face. Hey, this is a good area, because you can see all the candles that clustered here on the support level. Then they clustered here. This one did a stop hunt just to take out the stops. You can see this little wick that fell below it, and then it came right back into structure and took off. Do you see that? All right, now let's take it one step further. So some people say, well, I get what you're saying, Uncle P, but I prefer the daily time frame. All right, let's take a look at this. So let me clean this up a bit and show you something here, okay? So you can see this. Like I said, it's not, and when it comes to trading, it's all about what you see. So it's not about whether my way or your way is better. But watch this. Let's just take a look at this one here. I'm going to go out to the weekly. Oh my goodness. What do we see? See? Boom. Broke through here, came back and it became support. Came up, retested this area. Came up, boom, boom, boom. Okay? So that's from the weekly. Let's go down to the daily. Look at that. See that W that I drew? You see it? Over here. Then this is the one that we were looking at recently where it retested again in the area. See that? You see this is a popular area? That's from the daily. Okay? But where can I really get the gist of where I should enter? Right there. See? I seen them W patterns right there on that 4 hour. You see that? See how simple it was? So again, you figure out whatever time frame floats your boat. Then once you draw that trend line, that one, just draw one. Just draw one, and then you can click between other time frames. See, here's the 1 hour. Look at this. Support, 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 support. Same thing as this, but you can drop down to the 30-minute. See? Support, support, retest it right there. Daily, right there. See? Weekly, right there. But where did I do mine from? The 4 hour. I just started there. And then you can go up or down on whatever time frame floats your boat. Now, let's skip over to the simplicity system. And with the simplicity system with our daily dot, boom, boom. See, it already had the range, our ranger right here. Okay. It already gave us our range right here. Look what happened here. Double bottom right there in the box. Batter, 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 swing. And here's where you see your double bottom. We already have our 415 strategy. For those who's in my group, you already know you could have used the 415 strategy right here. Right here. And if you have the daily dot from the signals group, look, this is also telling you, look, daily support. Double test it once and then twice. You knew this is where you need to take off, and it took off. Okay, that's with simplicity. Here's with the sexy analyst, which gives you far more information because now you got your trend lines, your support dots. See that? Boom. Trend line touched. Look at that. Bam. Support and resistance. Bam. You see that? In white dots. Okay. Same ranger. You know, batter, 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 swing. With simplicity. Bam. Okay. And you could have dropped down to the 15-minute, and there was your arrow telling you, hey, it's time to go upwards. And you could have went in, got in, and grabbed you some pips, about 38 of those, and kept it going. Okay. So either way it goes, no matter which way you want to look at it, whether you want to do naked charting and just do it yourself, use our simplicity, or sexy analysts, which give far more information. Either way it goes, the point is that 4 hour is an absolute beast to me because it keeps everything pretty simple. Now, let me cover something else real quick and we'll be done with this video. For those who wanted to know exactly what's going on with us, on our website, if you click right here to join our signals group, you can go, you're going to be on this page here. You're going to be able to click this tab here, and it's going to bring you right here so you can track our results every single week. You can see the beginning month of January, as I told you guys, it was the new month of the brand new year, and it was very chaotic. So we did okay, but not as good as I would like. But look at this final total on the live trade sessions with Ms. Jenny. 47,961 pips, 34 trades, 34 wins, 20 losses for this. But look at what happened now. Okay, almost the exact same what we did for the whole month. Look at what we did in a matter of 3 weeks. 32 wins, only 7 losses, and 3 break evens. And here we haven't even been done for the month. And in the live sessions, we've done over 27,000, just say 27,500 pips. So we're just rocking and rolling because the year has now settled and gotten into a rhythm. So again, the markets at the beginning of the year expected to be chaotic because there's all this settling that needs to happen for the new year. And once it does, the markets get into a rhythm and then you can really flow with the charts and do your thing. So we're rocking and rolling in the signals group. So again, we're at 32 and 7 so far and 3 break evens. And in the live sessions, which is completely different from the signals, we're at 27,447 so far for the month of February, and we still got this week coming. So once at the end of this week, I'll be posting and you guys be able to see these results for this week, and you'll have our totals for the month of February. Okay, now let's get into the last and most important thing. One of the things that I did, remember I told you guys about news events, and I'm going to cover news events right now. So make sure every time I'm doing a Sunday video, always watch to the end because I cover so many different things to help you for your trading week coming up. So on this part, I'm going to talk to you guys about the trading week coming up, the economic news that I personally am paying attention to. Okay, now, what I did was, for those who's new, if this is your first time tuning in, thank you for joining me. Please click the like and subscribe button so that you'll be able to get notifications every time I do more videos. Here's the deal. There's many different apps out there that can give you economic data, but I'd like to use the MyFX Book app, and I go to Economic Calendar. Okay, I click right there, and you have these choices of whether you want the news for today, tomorrow. I always click on this week. The reason why I want to know on Sundays before the market opens, and if this box pops up, just click on continue. Before the market's open, I want to know in advance what is the news that's going to be heading my way this week that I typically like to pay attention to. Okay, so all this stuff, a lot of this news, and I just want to be clear, a lot of these news events, you guys, if you're trading in the Forex market, it does not apply to you. A lot of this news events and stuff like this, global manufacturing and all these different things, it's more impactful to the stock market. People trade stocks and options and stuff like that, not necessarily for the Forex market, but there are some that are important. What I did, now for those who've been watching my videos for a very long time, because I've been doing videos for years, you know that I always had my little whiteboard, you know, that little whiteboard where I just write the news events. Well, I decided to update myself and do it on a Google Doc. So realistically, here's all I do. Every week I will just sit here and watch this. I'm just going to take this and cut it out. I'm sorry, delete. Watch this. It's asking delete those. Okay, there. See, I just delete this. So I have this little simple thing that I did on a Google Doc, and it's days of the week, which currency, and what news event. And as I'm going through this list here of the ones that I find important, I would just slap it on here. And as a result, it made everything quick and easy. Hold on 1 second. Past values only. And there we go. So I just put back the ones that I actually use. Okay, and let me delete that. So anyway, this is my little methodology to, let me see. All right. Undo. I've just messed it up. There we go. Okay, so this is my methodology where I just write in, okay, on Tuesday, let's go and look at Tuesday where I wrote that. See, CAD is coming out with their inflation numbers. I told you guys pay attention to inflation numbers. So therefore, look, inflation rate. So it's right here on my little quick cheat sheet. So before I take a trade, I can know in advance, okay, I need to pay attention to CAD because it could spike because, you know, inflation numbers are ruling the world right now. Inflation numbers and interest rates, okay? But the inflation rates are encouraging the governments on the interest rates, whether to raise them or lower them. So now you do have to pay attention to them, okay? Then on Wednesday, it says here, USD, the FOMC minutes. They probably ain't going to say much or nothing, but it's still on there just for, I know during that time to be very careful. So where's the FOMC? That was Wednesday. So hold on, let me scroll down. There we go, right here. See, FOMC. So I just put that right here on my little tracker. And then last but not least, it's Thursday, has inflation numbers for JPY. Okay. Now, you can go through here and do your own sheet and do it however you want. We do offer, and this is Thursday, so where's the JPY? Right there. See? Inflation. All right. So what I did was, and they have month over month, but I follow the year over year. So all I did was just add that here. So now I already have a summation right here in my face, which I can keep anywhere. And if you do it on a Google Doc, that means you can pull it up on your phone. Okay, you can pull this up on any computer. Just tap in, go to your emails and go to your docs, and you can pull this up and you can do this anywhere in the world. So even if you're traveling, you say, oh, I forgot whatever news events, doesn't matter anymore. You don't have to worry about your whiteboard. You can just do it here on a Google Doc, pull that digital doc up, look at it and say, before I take a trade, is there any news events I need to be paying attention to? Okay, today is Sunday, which typically don't trade on Sundays. But if I did, okay, no big news on Sunday or Monday, cool. So I don't even have to worry about news until Tuesday. I mean, even on Tuesday, it's just CAD. So I just avoid trading on Tuesday on CAD, right? You see how simple it is? Now you're upgrading your process so that you're keeping everything very, very simple. Now, as I said, if you sign up for the Simplicity system, we actually give you a calendar in there. You just go to the printouts and you'll see there's a price action sheet and other things in there. But in there, you're going to see that we offer you a news event calendar that one of our students have put together for us. Thank you very much. We've been using it for years now. And you just print that out and you can keep that up in front of you so that you'll know, okay, what are the big news events that Uncle P and his group look for? Okay. And so therefore I know which ones to put on the sheet, and then it's right there. And you just say, okay, these are the ones that they said that they pay attention to. And so I'll pay attention to it if it comes up on the news event calendar for the week. Right. Now, of course, again, do your own homework and do your own due diligence. It doesn't mean that these are the only ones you should pay attention to. Just pay attention to the ones you want to. But again, I'm just showing you my process to keep my trading very, very simple and minimalist. Okay. So that I'm not doing a whole lot of extra of this and that. It's just keeping everything very, very simple. Okay. All right, you guys. I hope you have a great trading week, and I will see you in the next